Looks might not be at the top of the list of considerations when shopping around for a new motorcycle, but it's undeniable that they can sway a decision. For some, it might actually be a big reason why they've decided to part with their cold hard cash. And of course, looks are entirely subjective and opinions vary widely. So let's take a look at some of the best looking motorcycles. But first, make sure you subscribe and push that notification button to be the first who will see new awesome videos. Kawasaki Z900 RS. Kawasaki Z900 RS is described as an homage to 1972's Z1, the most powerful Japanese four-cylinder bike of its time. This is not meant to be a copy, and for good reason, but I'd describe it as something more than an homage. I'd call it an evolution. This is no flat bar rehash of a Z900. While the motor is fundamentally the same, and the frame bears a passing similarity, that's about it. The Z900 RS's styling designer, Norikazu Matsuura, started the design with a teardrop tank, then worked out the rest from there. As this engine uses a downdraft fueling system, getting any kind of useful capacity was a challenge. In the end, the new bike has a 17-liter tank, compared to the 18 liters of the original, and it's been achieved by allowing the tank to continue down behind the side panels. Very clever, though something that Matsumura-san told me was very difficult to make. Regardless of the intentions behind this bike, it'd be pointless if it handled like a 1970s machine. The suspension is firm but compliant, deliberately aiming for bumps. It wouldn't kick rider too hard, and it'd stay in shape at speed. So the most you could get it to do was rear up slightly and briefly shake the bars as dive through a hidden dip in the road. It felt alive, but it felt in control. Yamaha MT10. The Yamaha MT10 has been around since 2016, and it is a really impressive adaptation of the R1's aggressive looks and killer engine into a muscle bike format. Those front headlights and protection look incredible. The 2019 Yamaha MT10 is an open-class street fighter-style motorcycle that blends the rowdy performance of the YZF-R1 superbike engine with more street-friendly ergonomics and chassis tuning. Wearing futuristic transformer-like styling similar to the rest of Yamaha's Masters of Torque family, the MT10 is positioned at the top of the three-bike engine range: 998cc inline-4, 847cc inline-3, and 689cc parallel twin, and aimed at experienced motorcyclists who are seeking refined on-road performance. Don't be fooled though. With its cross-plane crankshaft engine configuration, the MT10 delivers a feel and sound unlike anything else in the world of motorcycling. And that, boiled down to its essence, is why the MT10 is so much fun to ride. It has an engine character, the low-end grunt of a V-twin, combined with the wailing top end of an inline-4, usually reserved for exotic European motorcycle brands, but with the build quality for which Japanese manufacturers had been long praised. Triumph Thruxton R. Triumph has an incredibly beautiful array of motorcycles of late. The Bonneville, Scrambler, Thruxton, and all their sport models are captivating. The Scrambler 1200 XE is an incredible machine, but that's not what we're here for. We're here just for aesthetics. Joining the standard bike is the R version, which is a more performance-oriented machine, featuring uprated brakes, suspension, and exhaust. The bike as tested here is that machine, fitted with Triumph Unshamedly Retro Track Racer kit. For 1,650 pounds, the kit includes flaring, clip-ons, Vance & Hines end caps, pillion seat cover, tank strap, and tail tidy. The business end of the Thruxton R is a thumping great 1200cc parallel twin with 270-degree cross-plane crank that puts out 96 bhp and 82.6 foot-pounds of torque. The power delivery is punchy from low revs and only becomes breathless above 7,000 RPM. The ride-by-wire throttle is perfectly set up, with no fluffs or glitches from the carb-like fuel injection system. Out on the road, the Triumph feels faster than the spec sheet suggests, firing you down straights backed by a heady soundtrack that's unmistakable. BMW R90 Scrambler. Feel the wind, lean into every curve, and experience the freedom in every mile you ride. The BMW R90 Scrambler empowers you to do your own thing. It's a rugged bike with an authentic Scrambler look, combined with innovative technology and familiar quality of BMW Motorrad. Whether in the city, on winding country roads, or on the beach, the potent opposed twin engine and high-position dual silencers deliver powerful acceleration and an unmistakable sound. Even long trips with two people are a breeze, thanks to the relaxed seating position. In just a few steps, you can also give your R90 Scrambler your own personal touch. The R90 Scrambler harks back to the legendary Scrambler era and has all the hallmarks of this extraordinary type of motorcycle: a telescopic fork with bellows, a distinctive raised exhaust, and a large 19-inch front wheel. The compact steel tank in monolith metallic matte highlights the puristic look. The seat in leather style and the tachometer with analog display are also eye-catchers. High-quality details like the round headlights with BMW emblem make this classic heritage bike look perfect. Indian FTR 1200. Indian have created a beautiful but gnarly flat-track-inspired street hooligan that's not for the faint-hearted or inexperienced. It's a character trait deliberately built in to make the FTR 1200S stand out from the crowd, and few modern machines offer the same drama or challenge to the rider. It makes other retros seem soft and fluffy by comparison. For spirited riding, it'd be nice to have less instant power and more rear grip, but for the rest of the time, it's a class act, built like an exquisite Tonka toy, comfortable, well-equipped, packed with US of A grade character. For 2020, Indian have added a new rally version of the FTR 1200 to their lineup, using the same basic engine, frame, and ancillaries as the 2019 bike. The new model has received a number of subtle tweaks to turn it into more of a rugged retro than flat-tracking hooligan. Featuring a new metallic paint scheme, complete with classic Indian headdress logo on the tank, the Rally is fitted with new aluminum wire wheels, shod with off-road biased Pirelli Scorpion Rally STR tires. Harley Davidson Street Rod 750. Harley takes its phenomenally successful Street 750, 35,000 sold in just 3 years, throws away the frame, suspension, much of the engine, styling, and ergonomics, and replaces them with tuned-up, sportier, sharper, cooler items to make a bike that's significantly quicker with better handling and brakes. Much like with the 2009 to 2012 Sportster XR 1200, the new Street 750-based street rod's existence is a result of feedback from the European market, where the MT-07 in particular has put pressure on Harley-Davidson in the market segment, where streets and Sportsters live. But even here, the US market equivalent, FZ07, has made inroads in the Sportsters world, so a lighter weight sporting standard was needed, but one, of course, with a heavily American flavor. So the Street Rod is meant to put an American stamp on the sporting standard and reach new customers for the brand that has so successfully relied on the cruiser profile. Ducati Panigale. In the superbike category, Ducati builds some of the most exhilarating liter plus-size sports bikes, and only 2 years after the induction of the devilishly capable Panigale V4 platform, it receives a series of hardware and software updates based off the $39,995 Panigale V4R. Homologation Racing Special. Added control is the name of the game with the 2020 Panigale V4S, $28,395. Wearing wider and more aerodynamically effective body panels with downforce generating winglets. There's also an optimized chassis, refined engine, and traction control maps. Hop into the cockpit, and its wider stance is immediately noticeable. The front end punches a larger hole through the air and does a superior job of shielding the rider from drag. A taller widescreen complements the stretch body panels and makes it accommodating for nearly any size person, including the 6-foot-tall rider. Shark-like gills flow more exhaust air, reducing water and oil temperature by 6 and 16% respectively. Moto Guzzi V7 Stone. The V7 3 Stone now boasts even more distinctive and bolder aesthetic features. Eclectic and essential, it eschews any touch of chrome whatsoever, opting instead to embrace the darkness of matte black paintwork, perfectly setting off the dedicated seat with its passenger grab strap. Whilst the total dark matte look distinguishes the V7 3 from other versions, there are plenty of other differences. And for those wanting a splash of color, there are 3 captivating satin shades inspired by the typical tones of the 70s. Nero Rovito, Black, Grigio Grantico, Granite Gray, and Rosso Rovente, a fiery red. The steel frame adopts the dismountable double cradle layout with weight distribution of 46% up front and 54% at the rear. The reinforced front part has a steering geometry, which delivers dynamic cornering and exceptional handling and stability, thus meeting all the riding needs of the modern biker. The Moto Guzzi 90-degree transverse V-twin engine is unique in the world and was designed not only with delivering performance and reliability in mind, but also with the aim of creating maximum riding pleasure and fun on the road. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and push that notification button to be the first who will see new awesome videos.